Hi there students, my name is still Peter Boyer. Another day, another tense, and are you lucky or are you lucky? Because today we are going to cover past continuous. Now, as you know, there are 12 tenses in English, and on my list past continuous is the fourth tense. The scheme for past continuous, which we also call past progressive, is subject plus was were plus verb ing. Now here is the auxiliary verb is to be in the past form, in past simple, or also called verb to. So it's was or were. Let me conjugate for you the verb was. I was, you were, he, she, it was. We were, you were, they were. Good. Now, the uses. I enlisted here 7 different uses, but don't be scared because we have 7 different uses because they are all simple and all easy to understand. So, uses. We use past continuous to express an action that was going on at a given past moment, an action that was in progress at a definite time in the past. We pick a past moment and we tell what we were doing in that past moment. If you remember present continuous, we did the same thing, but we did it in the present. I mean, we picked the present moment and we told what we're doing in that present moment, like I am speaking now. We do the same thing with past continuous. We pick a past moment and we tell what we were doing continuously in the past in that moment. For instance, I was brushing my teeth at 7 o'clock. What were you doing last evening at 9 o'clock? We were jogging at 6 o'clock. She was paying her bills at 5:55, and so on and so forth. So we pick a past moment and we just say what we were continuously doing in that past moment. Now, of course, past continuous has an interrogative and a negative form also. Let me start with the negative and let me conjugate the verb was in the negative form. I was not, you were not, he, she, it was not, we were not, you were not, they were not. And the abbreviation, the short form for was not is wasn't. I wasn't, you weren't, he, she, it wasn't, we weren't, you weren't, they weren't. Let me give you a few examples. I wasn't reading at 4:30. You weren't, you weren't washing up at 6 o'clock. He, she, it wasn't working at 8 p.m. We weren't writing homework at 7:30. Good. Negative form. This is the negative form. Let's do the interrogative form. Was I, were you, was he, was she, was it? Were we, were you, were they? And some examples. Were you playing football at 7 o'clock? Was I making videos at 4 p.m.? Was she taking care of the baby at 8 a.m.? and so on and so forth. Second use, an action filling up a whole period of time in the past. As we mentioned with present continuous, that it can denote a present moment or a present period. It's the same thing with past continuous. We can pick a past moment, or we can pick a past period or a past term. I was sleeping all evening long. Or, we were running all the day. Or, I was taking notes during the meeting. You see, this is very obvious. During the meeting is a whole term. Yes? Not just a moment. I was sharing newspapers all day. They were acting well all the time. Alright, the third use. The third use is one of my favorites, actually. Two parallel past continuous actions happening at the same time, of course, in the past. Keywords are while or meanwhile. Examples. You were swimming while Candy was sunbathing. Roland was reading peacefully, meanwhile the teacher was talking. Let's give other examples. Johnny was playing the piano, meanwhile Robert was chopping wood. Or the dog was barking, meanwhile the teacher was trying to make a video. Fourth use. An action that was in progress when a shorter or a sudden action interrupted it. The longer action is in past continuous, the short one is in past simple. This is also one of my favorites because students like it. Because it's something very obvious and they understand it very well also. She was having dinner when the lights went off. Okay? So, there was a past action in progress. Yes? Imagine it like this. Something was continuously happening in the past when a short, simple past action interrupted it. Like, they were dancing when the curtain fell on them. Yeah? Or, they were walking on the street when an old friend stopped them. Yes? Or, they were cheerfully walking on the street when an old beggar stopped them and asked for some money or for some support. Yes? Something was in continuous progress in the past when something interrupted it in the past. Background scenes, this is the fifth one. Background scenes to a story or narration. It was early in the evening. It was beginning to get dark. People were still walking on the street. And so on and so forth. Sixth use. Temporary past actions or states. He was writing a book at that time. That spring we were riding our bikes very often. And the seventh one is repeated past actions or annoying past habits. Now, if you saw my previous videos, you could note that at present continuous, there is one use when we use always and verb ing in the same sentence because it expresses an annoying habit of another person. If this is true for present continuous, this must be true for past continuous if we simply just take and put the past action, or if we simply take the action and put it into past tense. For instance, she was always playing with her nose. Imagine your deskmate, okay? That was always playing with her nose. It's very disgusting. So, it's a disturbing habit that annoys you. Or, they were always gossiping. Imagine neighbors, friends, classmates, colleagues, or anybody that in the past used to have this habit. And they were always gossiping. Yes? You could also give other examples, nasty ones, like he was always burping during the class. So he distracted the teacher and the colleagues also. Or he was always laughing loud when we were talking about serious matter. Yes? Anything that was annoying for you or for the community. Thank you very much for your attention, and peace.